Hello and welcome into the Austen podcast. Let me talk to you. And so, there's a very funny thing about ambition. It can take one to sublime heights or harrowing depths. And every once in a while, they're one and the same. And so, if you can't already tell, this is not goodbye. This is just farewell for a while. And I do apologize. I have let all of you down. I have let all of my fans down, all of the listeners of the podcast down. I have failed every single one of you because there's a new champ in town. And
in town, he's been in town.
I am terrified because this new champ is threatening everything I stood for, everything I established in my reign of, trying to keep this podcast moving in the right direction. We're going back to the Stone Age. But I was defeated in my supercard by 2. Was it 2 or 3? Yeah. We all finished within 3 points of each other, and if you saw our predictions episode, you'll know how fucking crazy that is. With how crazy our predictions were, to end up 3 points from one another is insane.
All of us over 50%, might I add you. Over matches.
Thank God.
Yeah, over matches we had never even heard of before you reading them off.
Yep.
Took me a freaking hour to find Joey Janela's.
Alas,
I think
it is time.
I think little Jimmy's tugging on my sleeve. I think he's trying to get me to grab something.
As he spawns in the title belt, it is time for the Cowboy to ride off into the sunset as darkness falls over the frontier town. Your new reigning, defending Ace in the Hole wrestling predictions champion.
That's not a good one at all.
Austen.
There was some bitterness in there.
He's just mad because he's not the champ. You know what the champ gets? The champ gets a little Coors Light because Bud Light won't pay me nothing. It wouldn't be wouldn't be a championship celebration without cracking open a nice Coors Light. Yeah, it is so good to be right back where I belong, which is on top. But there has been someone rooting for my side throughout this entire thing. No matter if we were rivals, no matter if we were allies, no matter if we were in trivia against one another, once upon a time we were even co-champs together. I am honored to call him my wise man. Take it away.
It's really crazy.
Gentlemen,
with how fast you're switching up, it's almost like you're worried about him cashing in on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am humbly Mr. Grand Slam, Elijah Jacob Red here. But this is not about me. This is not about anything I've done. This is not about the other guy that's in the podcast, as he has rightfully named himself today. No, today is about one man. The man who once had the forever reign. The man who took not a week vacation, but time to go touring with the belt, with the championship, because he is a defending champion. Be it me versus him,
the
or
fuck
us
you
competing.
mean? What are you trying to say by that? You act like you didn't make me defend my belt the entire road to WrestleMania.
This man is one of the best Ace in the Hole prediction champions of all time.
One of 3.
He is one of the 3 best predictions champions of all time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and I'm not doing anything.
He is the new, undisputed Ace in the Hole predictions champion. Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Austen.
Oh man, it's electric in here tonight.
I don't like how you said our last name, how you just kind of slurred the last bit of it together. I really don't like that.
I'm
There was
sorry,
no
you guys corrected me for Garion for
it was
years.
just Gurren. Like Gurren Lagann. I didn't like that.
I'm surprised you aren't slurring from how bad Eli and I kicked your ass in those predictions, buddy.
Kicked my ass?
That's what I'm really surprised about.
It was a 2-point ball game.
But it was 23-22-21.
Yeah.
And if we would have done just WrestleMania, I still would have kicked your ass.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Had we done all the other shows besides Mania, you would have been dead.
But here's the thing. Mania is for Titans. Mania is for champions. Mania is the greatest stage of them all, and so far I am undefeated at it. 2-0. Undertaker streak? Nah. This is the start of an entirely new streak, an entirely new dynasty. 2-0 already in the infancy of this podcast. And we aren't talking no gorilla fucking... What was his name?
Monsoon?
The dude that wore the fucking... No, not Gorilla Monsoon. The dude Undertaker
Giant
wrestled.
Gonzalez?
Yeah, fucking Giant Gonzalez. There's no Giant Gonzalez type defenses at WrestleMania for me. Only supercards. And I thrive under the pressure of a supercard. I don't know what you're looking at, Cliff. I'm the one that made the supercard last year and forced the Contenders Cup.
I'm decorating my my board for tonight because Lord knows I'm gonna need something to look at to keep me happy now. Now that I don't. Now that oh wait, I can start drinking my ex-world champion juice.
Well, possibly world champion juice because, funny enough, we still have a title to decide here tonight. So this will be a WrestleMania recap. We can't have the biggest show in pro wrestling and not talk about it. But also, we have to decide who the sports champion is as well. So we could be looking at another double champ situation here. You may be thinking, oh, but you guys predicted the brackets. Well, regardless of what I said, these two did it on completely different websites. So now we have no idea of how to do points or percentage because NCAA doesn't show percentage and they have their own point system. But ESPN shows percentage, and they also have their own point system. I somehow have 400 points in my women's bracket, but less than 100 on my men's bracket. I don't get it, so we are doing it with trivia because Cliff and I are the only two that really had a shot to begin with.
Yeah.
And Eli, well,
I got
things
to
happen.
round of 32 and lost.
Because
Like, there was no...
Here's the thing. I know I had at least 2 of the final 4 right of the women's bracket. So basically, what's happening is I'm succeeding the women's bracket, but I won the men's bracket. So
it's
so fucky.
Time for another trivia night.
Woo!
Third annual Ace in the Hole trivia night.
Third.
This time, a
This is
guest
the first time
presenter.
Cliff's been a part of it, though.
Yeah, I know. Usually I'm the one giving the questions. It's my favorite thing. I love looking up
But you're
trivia
not
and shit.
now.
This is true. But
And I don't
before
have
we
to use AI generated questions.
Hey. Shut up. Champ was speaking.
I don't give a fuck about the champ speaking.
Hey,
crazy considering I have muting privileges.
can I just say something real quick?
Expected me.
Your intro sounded a lot like what The Rock was trying to say tonight on Raw to Cody
I didn't
Rhodes.
even watch it.
Going off into the sunset and then eventually coming back for the belt.
So does that mean we're getting Rock Cody SummerSlam?
He said he was going to be away for a little bit and then come back, so it may not be SummerSlam. It may.
You see, here's the thing. John Cena is filming until Christmas, and he's coming back for his final run. He's already said that. Which, in turn, aligns perfectly with Royal Rumble and into Mania season. So, let's just say 2 old, decrepit John Cena and The Rock go at it one last time, rubber match. Hear me out. I don't think I'd want to see that at this point, honestly, with how they both looked. But
Undertaker special guest ref.
we have a card to talk about.
I was ready to say
we got a stacked show to get all the way through today.
my small talk for this week would be just what was your favorite match of WrestleMania? It's easy. I know it's a little cop-out question, but it's a nice way to dip our toe in. before we just start rifling off these. And former champ. You know what? You never let me go first. You sit on the sidelines, Eli.
I let you go first all the time. I can go back to like 5 weeks and see where I've let you go first. Because I remember the predictions episode. I let you go first because Eli disconnected.
Yeah, well, that was forced.
I still haven't watched that episode yet.
That was a forced option.
Bro, don't even. You hear that? Bro, don't even watch the.
I watched all the other ones.
You don't watch
that
the product. It's hilarious. I got Devin with that on one of our streams. I think it was last week. I was like, "Do you not even watch the product?" And he goes, "No, I don't." And he was like, "Oh wait." So Cliff, what was your favorite match from WrestleMania weekend?
Does it have to be on the WrestleMania card or just my favorite match of the weekend?
I was thinking WrestleMania card, but we can go weekend.
Okay. Well, I have an answer for both. So, for the best match at WrestleMania in its entirety, honestly, I think Rhea Becky.
Really?
I enjoyed Rhea Becky. Like, the storytelling behind Roman Cody was really good, but just from like an in-ring standpoint, which is like where I thrive to pick my pro wrestling standards from, I gotta pick Rhea Becky.
What about outside the card?
And outside WrestleMania, give me. I was gonna try to say something cool. Reach for the sky. Give me good old Briscoe beating Kingston for the title.
I didn't actually see
main event.
Any of that match. I just saw the outcome. Eli, what's your favorite match from the WrestleMania card or weekend?
See,
I only have mine for the card. I don't have mine for
two. I just have Mania. I had two for Mania though. And this one's gonna be a complete surprise, so we'll go with the one that's kind of not too much of a surprise. The Bayley EO match. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good.
It looked like it could have fit in on a Stardom
all-around match.
Can I say, when I saw Io's entrance, I was like, that is the most New Japan thing I've ever fucking seen. Like, not necessarily the way she was coming out in, like, the presentation, but, like, her Titantron.
Mm-hmm.
That was, like, the most Joshi New Japan thing ever, and I was all for it.
And the second one, as much as it was a surprise, because I've not been high on them, Logan Paul, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton was really, really good all the way through.
I Show Speed showed up, dude.
That one I could have lived without.
He got everything he deserved. Fuck Speed.
Randy Orton barked at him.
That was funny.
I was sitting there because I was over at my girlfriend's house, but I was sitting there watching it, and I Show Speed popped up on the screen. I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "It's Speed," and he goes, "Arr, arr, arr." He's barking at Randy Orton. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, I couldn't even comprehend what was going on. It was the most batshit crazy.
That is one of the few good things about having Logan Paul around, is that he has all these friends who will show up for nothing, and it's great.
Just these random influencers or streamers. Anything in particular about that match, or just the entire match?
Just because the entire match, there was a lot of back and forth, which was really good. Logan was able to show a lot more of what he's learned, honestly, than a lot of some of the other matches. Like the Roman match, you could fully see it, and some other you could see flashes of it. That match with Kevin Owens and Randy allowed him to really show that he can do a lot more than just high spots. He's actually able to sell. He's actually good at getting back into it and telling the story all the way through the match. And I enjoyed it. I was impressed with what happened.
I have one gripe with that match. Who the fuck let Kevin Owens drive that with Randy Orton on the back? Randy Orton almost fell off the back and was out for another 6 months.
He was telling Kevin Owens to slow down. He said, "Fuck no." He said, "This is Mania."
I'll say it when we get to the match. I about said something.
Well, I'll go. I want to go the opposite here for mine. I want to go most disappointing, because for me, I feel like I don't want to pick.
Ooh,
I don't.
There's so many for that one though.
I don't want to go Roman Cody as my favorite match because it was for obvious reasons, but like I don't want to go that because that's the normal mainstream pick. I'm gonna go Jimmy and Jay. Most disappointing match. Like
their fight on the ramp was better than their match.
Yes. So just to rattle off the cards real quick before we move into it, kind of one down to the next. Night 1, you had Rhea Ripley come out and beat Becky Lynch to open up WrestleMania to retain her Women's World Championship. And then you had the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And so in this match, they actually had both different sets of titles up on 2 different sets of hooks. You take one off, you get those titles. And the match didn't stop until both titles were grabbed. Which
is what we said.
We both had, all of us had talked about. Yeah.
That would be dumb.
Yeah, however, I think the winners of that one were the craziest with A-Town Down Under.
Yeah, I was super surprised when they won. I audibly I went, oh my god, I gasped. But A-Town Down and the Miz and R-Truth, the Awesome Truth. Awesome Truth, now you're Raw Tag Team Champions. A-Town Down Under, your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. After that, you had a normal tag team match with Rey, Andrade, and Santos. Rey, Andrade. Oh, yeah. There are so many people in this match, I forgot it was only a tag team match.
It was just so much fun. It was a proper lucha-style match. It was fun.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, so you had Rey and Andrade beat Santos and Dirty Dom. After that, you had the probably most disappointing match of the night with Jay beating Jimmy in just a normal singles match. After that, you got a 6-woman tag team match where Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeated Damage Control. And Cliff, I would have beat you solely off of that pick alone, mind you.
Before we go any further, it was really nice to see, because since WWE wouldn't stop talking about AEW this week, to see the Usos shout out the best tag team in the world.
Oh, yes,
the Young Bucks
WWE was
in
the
their
only
match
one.
With nothing but super kicks.
WWE was the only one.
3 minutes.
We got to get into the petty bitch shit that they're about ready to do on Wednesday.
You can't take shots at a company for your entire
They've been
week
taking
for
shots.
The biggest
They've
show.
been taking shots at WWE the whole time.
We'll get to that when we get to the Drew McIntyre-Seth Rollins match, all right, since that's the only one he was actually involved in. After that, you had Sami Zayn ending the reign of Gunther. 666 days as Intercontinental Champ. Gone. Dunzo. In a 15-minute slugfest, Sami Zayn is now your Intercontinental Champion. After that, you had the Bloodline, which this iteration of it was The Rock and Roman Reigns, with Paul Heyman, of course, the wise man. Newly inducted Hall of Fame member, Paul Heyman. Defeated Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins. Them winning forced Bloodline rules for night number 2. Going into night number 2, you had Drew McIntyre defeating Seth freaking Rollins to win the World Heavyweight Championship. But not so quick. Bisexual Undertaker is here, and he cashes in his money in the bank and is now your World Heavyweight Champion. That team has a name now? Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits has a name? How fitting, it's called the Pride!
I have water in my nose now. It's in my sinuses.
You like the Nation of Domination shit they were doing the whole time?
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, the real story coming out of this match was Bubba Ray Dudley was the special guest referee.
With Snoop Dogg on commentary.
Oh my god. So, from someone that wasn't a fan of WWE at all, she found that hilarious. She found Snoop Dogg. I found Snoop Dogg fucking phenomenal. Oh my god. Kept talking about Green. Fucking Pat McAfee was laughing so hard he couldn't commentate at all, and you could just hear him gasping for air occasionally. That show was hilarious. But the Pride, which is Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, defeated the Final Testament. L.A. Knight, yeah. Defeated AJ Styles by pinfall in just a normal singles match. After that was the Logan Paul match, where he defeated Kevin Owens and Randy Orton to retain his U.S. title. Bayley defeated Io Sky to become the new WWE Women's Champion. and Cody Rhodes did the damn thing and finished the story finally, pinning Roman Reigns 1, 2, 3, only after all of the ghosts of WrestleMania, past, present, and probably future, interfered. So starting from the top, and we'll just work our way down. Night 1, match 1, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Cliff, you said this was your favorite. Care to elaborate on it anymore?
This was Becky's flu game. She went out there and did the damn thing after dealing with strep all week. She went out there and she just soldiered through it, and it was an amazing match. The false finishes leading up to the end were perfect.
Yeah, I kind of felt like that was damn near a retirement match for Becky Lynch. Like, I feel like that might have been like a going away match. I think she wants to go be with her kid. I think she doesn't want to do this a whole lot anymore. And then it would be the perfect time to, because Seth's probably going to get a bunch of time off as well. They can actually go be a family.
Well-deserved time off.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me. Watching that, it felt like watching someone that wasn't in their prime anymore, giving up one more real good match before they kind of go off and make the kind of Roman schedule.
I really did enjoy the, it was the Riptide, but it was the Riptide, like, to
onto
the top
turnbuckle.
That was a really cool adaptation on that move.
Well, and I was telling Caleb this too, because Caleb, now my girlfriend, night 1, Caleb was watching it with me out in the living room, and I was explaining to him ring psychology. And so I was telling him how...
Oh, God.
I was telling him how, because she hit the Riptide on her before, she hit it again, she hit it twice, can't pin her, can't get it done, variation of the move off the top rope, hits her with it one more time for good measure, 1, 2, 3, Becky looks strong, Rhea retains, all parties are happy. But I do agree. I think it could have looked better, but, in the moment, it's something you don't really do. It did its job. I just feel like if that was one of the last full-time runs that we got at Becky Lynch, I would be completely fine with it. Coming from someone that's had a very love-hate relationship with the man. No other thoughts? We good there? We moving on to the awesome truth in A-Town Down Under?
This is the one I had a comment about.
Eli, you didn't want to make a comment about that match?
How about Regeneration X?
Yeah.
I love that.
I love it so much. Run with it. Give them the titles. God damn it.
They got to come out with like glow sticks now.
They have to.
Was your comment going to be about that?
No, my comment was going to be about the botch that everybody knows about.
The ladder breaking and Damian Priest almost costing,
I'm pretty sure
finish.
that was one of the spot ladders.
It was.
But they obviously had to do an audible. I don't think that ladder was meant to be used at that point. I think it was supposed to be used doing something else. And they had to throw a quick audible together because, the ladder's broken that they're supposed to be climbing up. Miz could have severely gotten hurt. Priest could have severely gotten hurt.
Everyone, bro.
Priest was getting warned not to go up it, and instead he snapped at the neck.
He says, "Shut up, bitch," and went up the ladder.
He said, "Shut the fuck up, I'm getting my title back."
That's the thing, is that, I think that's one of the few things that the entire, wrestling community will excuse, is okay, we can see through the kayfabe for a second, because this ladder is obviously fucked up.
Oh my god. When Miz ran up it, I was surprised.
Oh my god.
I just want to take a quick... That shows the athleticism of the Miz. Because you saw other people hopping up on that ladder, and that... It was like the second or third rung. It would always bend. He jumped up past that and kept enough weight off the ladder that way it didn't bend all the way until he got up to the top. That's no small feat.
And then they kept hitting each other up on the top of
it. No shit. Me, Caleb, and my girlfriend was over at that point. We all were sitting there on bated breath just waiting for the fucking thing to collapse and both of them fall and fucking die. It was absurd. But I had the biggest smile when R-Truth climbed up there. And R-Truth
with the hot tag of the night.
This is the one time I wish I would have watched WrestleMania with other wrestling people, because I audibly made the comment. I'm like, he can't get the titles. He's scared of heights. Because he made that comment that one year about Money in the Bank, how he can't climb the ladders because he has acrophobia. But R-Truth overcame his fear, won the tag titles. Miz and Truth are now your tag champions.
Got the team with his childhood hero tonight on Raw.
Huh?
Yeah, he did.
John Cena. He teamed with John Cena on Monday Night Raw tonight.
Did he really?
Yep.
Yeah.
I missed that?
Against Judgment Day.
Apparently, yeah.
Holy shit.
It was Awesome Truth and John Cena versus JD, Finn, and Dominic. They won.
So, I had the biggest, stupidest smile on my face when he got that, though. It was like, I don't think there's anyone more deserving of a title than R-Truth. Like how much has bro done in and for the WWE and never really gotten decorated for it at all. Same thing with Damian Priest. A lot of people are kind of like hesitant on pulling the trigger on him. What has bro done to not deserve that? But we can talk about that later when we actually talk about the cash in. After that, you had the Lucha match that we were talking about earlier, Rey Mysterio and Andrade beating Santos and Dirty Dom. Solid match, solid 11-minute match. It did its job. It's in the middle of the show.
They flew. They actually flew the whole match.
They did.
Fuck
They did
Jason
do.
It
Kelsey.
was crazy.
I was hoping for a disqualification just so it would go away. Because had that happened, I think I would have still been a little bit fine.
I really don't have much to say about it. It was on the show, like I said. It did its job. It was a quick little 11-minute joint. Funny enough, had the same amount of time as Jay versus Jimmy.
It does not feel that way.
No, it does not. Because Jay and Jimmy was slow and boring, and all it was super kicks.
It was the opposite of what it should have been.
Yes. Yeah. I don't understand. The only thing that I can possibly think of is, because I brought this up when we were watching it, because all of us out there were kind of like, what the fuck is this? Because you had that package before about born 9 minutes apart. Mm-hmm. They're going to fight tooth and nail. This is blood. And they go out there and just kick each other in the face for 8 of the 11 minutes while the other 3 is playing to the crowd. But I said this, it felt like they knew that they could do better, but they're waiting to do better for a bigger stage. I don't know what that stage would be. That's the feeling I got.
IC title or something? Like
maybe
an actual championship match?
That's what I thought. I don't know. I think everyone was pretty disappointed.
It's not the match I was disappointed in, though.
Is it this next one?
It's the next one.
Next one being... Cliff, did you have anything else to add?
No, we're good.
Next one being Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi defeating Damage Control. Well, why are you disappointed with this one?
Yeah, why be disappointed in this?
It was slowed, in my opinion. You had this build-up for Jade, you had Bianca and Naomi, and then you had Damage Control. And I understand why Damage Control couldn't really win the match. I understood why Jade,
it's because
Bianca, and Naomi
Damage didn't win.
No, it felt very lackluster for what they were trying to go for, in my opinion. You're debuting Jade, you're trying to give her this big stage, and instead it was an 8-minute match that felt like it could have gone longer if they really had given them enough time to. And maybe that's the problem. They cut the match short or something, took some things out of it. But it felt like something major was missing during that match.
I disagree solely because this wasn't anyone else's match but Jade's.
Yeah, this was
Jade went in there. Yeah.
She wasn't in there until the final few minutes.
And you know what that did? Made her look powerful as hell. Made her look like a real contender. She was the closer. They literally tagged her. Match was over. So It was solely a match to get Jade on WrestleMania, expose her to that wide audience, which, mind you, worked wonders.
That's the thing. She has the look. She looks the part. She looks like a goddamn star.
And she will be given enough time.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, it wasn't going to be a barn burner. It wasn't going to be longer than 10 minutes. We just got to accept the reality of what it was and what purpose it had on the card. You're going 5th on a 7-match card. I mean,
sometimes you just got to do your job.
Mm-hmm. But after that, someone who wrestled like rent was due, Sami Zayn, beating Intercontinental Champion Gunther. And one word sums up this match. Brainbuster!
that was
He didn't even land on
match.
the fucking top turnbuckle.
Hey, it doesn't matter. It's the principle, all right?
It was a good match.
Great match.
It allows Gunther?
Gable.
It allows him to move up and Gable to move into the Intercontinental title picture.
Well, they're having a match next week, so...
Him to... Because then you get Priest and Gunther.
Well, we also have the draft.
Yeah, the draft is happening in 3 weeks.
24th?
26th.
26th?
So yeah, 3 weeks,
right? Because on Raw and SmackDown.
Yep.
Yeah, round 1's on SmackDown, and then round 2 is that next Monday. Yeah.
But if there was one match besides obviously the main event to go watch off of this show, it is Sami Zayn Gunther. Because it was a match no one expected to go that way. No one expected it to be a real match. Everyone wanted it to be a squash match, and then Gable comes out, whole Rocky shit. But Sami Zayn hung in there, and as soon as I saw Kevin Owens in the fucking walkway, I said, this fucker's gonna win, isn't he?
It's weird, because in this one, Gable
flip.
was Adonis.
Yeah.
Gable was Creed training the Rocky of Sami Zayn.
I think you mean Apollo.
Apollo, sorry.
And what's crazy is you got that backwards, but it's okay.
No?
Sammy was supposed to be Apollo.
But no,
supposed to be.
That's what it's supposed to be, but the story they told, Gable was the trainer.
Rocky trained Apollo. He was his training partner going into that fight.
Apollo
because
fights the Russian dude and then
dies.
No, I was thinking like Rocky. Rocky
2?
Go ahead. I forgot it was Rocky 4. I was thinking Rocky 3.
And we're talking Ivan Drago here.
Yeah, my bad. Continue.
Because Apollo and Rocky fight in 3, do they not?
No, they fight in 1 and 2.
Okay, well then, whatever. It's been I haven't sat down and watched a Rocky movie in fucking years.
Because isn't 3 with Thunderlips?
I don't know. I have no clue. Now. But after that, the City of Brotherly Love bared witness to the Bloodline defeating Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins in a tag team match where The Rock pretty much told the ref, if you count, you're fired. So it turned into a no disqualification match very quickly, which I enjoyed. I like that angle that Rock came in here, and it wasn't a secret that he was on the board of the board of trustees or whatever the fuck it is, and he used that power. Like, that is the ultimate heel move.
I liked it, but that match felt more like a Bloodline Rules match than the Bloodline Rules match.
Yeah.
Which is not what should have happened.
Well, and they kept saying that on fucking commentary, too. They're like, well, if you want to talk about Bloodline Rules, this is as close as it gets. Motherfucker, then why didn't you just make it Bloodline Rules?
Why didn't you have that, and then it's a normal, Bloodline Lumberjack match or something?
I mean, it was a great match regardless, besides The Rock being blown up on the way down to the ring. But
I was still hoping Tama Tonga was going to come out at some point.
So we'll cover all that later.
Yeah, Rock looked a little gassed, a little too fast.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta think about how old he is, and he hasn't wrestled since Cena. Actually wrestled since Cena.
You know what's crazy? I saw that he actually wrestled with an NXT group Gallus.
Oh yeah.
Gallus,
Get him in ring shape.
Mark Coffey, Joe Coffey, and
Yeah.
Wolfgang.
The Coffee Brothers, yeah. They're the ones that got him in ring shape.
There's no. I wouldn't say there's too many better teams to train with, but
Oh God, no, they're great.
I don't think he did enough training with them. He looked great and he moved great and he sold even better, but like when bro's already down 2 bottles of water and a bottle of Prime, I mean,
I just want to say this before we get into night 2. I'm so happy it wasn't the colored Prime bottle, that it was just like the outline and the black. It made it so much easier to watch. Now, however, the dude wipes on the fucking LED pylon.
So I don't think that the dude wipes during the Becky and Rhea match was supposed to be the original sponsor. And I think the original sponsor pulled out, and then they shoved dude wipes onto it. And then they redid the dude wipes, because there was no barricade sponsorship at all during that match. It was just the ring post. And then once you made it to the main event, it was the ring post and the barricade and the board on the side of the ring. So I don't think Dude Wipes is the original sponsor for the first match, but they got kind of shoved into that.
Probably.
well, regardless, anything else for night 1? Judging by the silence,
Nope.
I'll take that as a nothing else.
Nope.
Night 2, match 1, Drew McIntyre defeated Seth freaking Rollins to win his first world title in front of actual people in the WWE. 10-minute, 30-second match. Match was good. Match was solid. It started out fast and it never let up. I really, really enjoyed it.
Got it done.
Drew did get it done, but not until the Ministry of Cutness came out. Damian Priest defeated Drew McIntyre.
What the fuck?
Cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase.
I'm officially the longest briefcase holder this year.
You are officially the longest briefcase holder.
No,
recognized.
You have to hold it for another week, because you got to realize you didn't have it for a week after, because it took us a week for trivia.
True. That is true. Technically a day.
Until the episode aired, it was a week. And nothing's ever official until the episode airs.
No, I'm pretty sure back then we were uploading on Mondays.
Oh, were we?
Was Money in the Bank not on a Sunday?
I thought
we were doing...
I don't know. I can't remember that far back.
Day ofs or Tuesdays?
Well, it wasn't Tuesdays, I can tell you that.
Fucking
it was the weekend.
What the
because we slowly just kept pushing it back further and further into the week.
Until Spotify said, hey, Wednesdays, do it.
But, I mean, picture perfect cash in, wouldn't have it any other way. CM Punk got involved in this match, and now we can discuss what's going to happen on Dynamite this Wednesday when the AEW EVPs Nicholas and Matthew Jackson are going to air the all-in footage from the security cameras in gorilla position to show the altercation between CM Punk and Jungle Boy scapegoat Jack Perry.
We can talk about how WWE superstars and CM Punk especially took shots at AEW, but we cannot ignore the fact that AEW has taken shots in their whole existence at WWE. And for number one, first and foremost, I love Adam Copeland. I loved him as Edge. I've loved his wrestling. You in WWE.
Apparently.
Because that man pulled a whole hypocritical 180.
It's whoever signed the check, dude.
And it was, but you do that, but you just said the exact same opposite, opposite of what I'm saying.
Money.
Oh, I was about to say. I thought you were doing the world's smartest violin.
No,
that's
one finger. 2 fingers.
But this is so petty ass shit for this, man. Like, it's so...
There's a great move.
Shots, and then there's doing this.
Because the entire WrestleMania week, WWE couldn't stop talking about AEW, so they already had eyes on the product. Might as well strike while the iron's hot. And I still think it's
That's
a work.
not striking
I don't think they're
well.
going to show the real footage. I still think it's a work. I don't think it's a.
I
hope
it's
shoot.
stick figures. I hope it's like stick figure animation, man. That'd be great.
All I'm saying is Dave Meltzer himself, you guys fucking worship the ground he walks on.
I know who the fuck you're talking about.
You, specifically, you. And Eli, I figured you would too, since he loves sucking off Japanese fucking wrestling. But
Dave Meltzer needs to update how he does his 5-star ratings and everything else.
Obviously. But he went, like, he said it with his voice. He verified it, and there is no bait and switch. It is going to be the all-in security footage. So if it isn't the all-in security footage, Sean Ross Sapp, Dave Meltzer, everyone's credibility, gone. And honestly, I'm a Sean Ross Sapp fan. I have no issues with the guy. He's a Cincinnati Reds fan. We're cool.
That means he's already a great guy.
But anything for the downfall of wrestling journalism, I'm all for. Because it is so fucking stupid. I'm so tired of it.
But you, during one of our conversations, you kind of hit it on the head. They're doing what WCW did, essentially. Like with the Mick Foley winning the world title and stuff. They are trying to do all these different things to draw attention towards them, but I think it's going to completely backfire. And we are seeing them slowly take the WCW route, where they're hiring old wrestlers that are ready to retire, where they're bringing in championships that no one cares about, the rivalries no one cares about, stories that no one cares about. And we're at this point now where I think that we are going to watch them.
One more parallel. They have the most talented locker room in all of professional wrestling, and they don't know how to use it.
Well, and that's a major thing, is they have so many young talent.
Well, I mean, look at WCW. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's just another parallel that we can paint. I mean, they had homicidal, suicidal, genocidal. They had Sting.
Booker T, that they didn't want to push.
Harlem Heat in general. Chris Jericho. Dean Malenko. Like, we're talking certified.
Didn't put the belt on Benoit until he was ready to leave the company.
That's why I said homicidal, genocidal, suicidal.
I was thinking.
I was not talking about Sabu. Well, I guess he would just be homicidal, suicidal, not genocidal. Yeah. I guess that should be the distinction we make here. The 2, not the 3.
Down this trap that TNA kind of fell into for a short time of they're pushing the older talent.
Hilariously enough, when they were in the Monday Night War with WWE, that's when they were doing it.
And it's going to be... We could potentially... I don't think that they're going to completely fall out here soon, but I think we're going to start seeing AEW kind of trickle down the road that they don't want to be going down. And especially if we continue getting what we got at Mania, it's going to be a problem for them. It's going to be a major problem for them.
Also, do we know the contract status of the man we all believe in?
Free agent.
Is he actually a free agent?
Yes.
There has been no confirmation of him signing a contract.
He has not
taking
been
care of his injuries
exclusively anywhere.
So
that's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Because I believe.
Yeah,
I believe in him too.
He is
so much so that I don't want to say his name.
Yeah, because I don't want him to just show up in the podcast.
That'd be kind of cool though. Imagine. We'll see if we can make some work. See if we can pull some strings, maybe throw some money around. But moving on, after that long tangent about nothing to do with bondage Undertaker, as Drew McIntyre called him on Raw tonight because he can't say bisexual. The Pride defeated the Final Testament. No, it is not. It is not better. In a Philadelphia street fight where Bubba Ray Dudley was a special guest referee, when Bubba Ray Dudley came out, my girlfriend said, "Do I know him from something?" I said, No, you do not. That's probably about the highlight of the match, let's be honest, was Bubba Ray Dudley coming out. Everything else about it was...
No, it was Karrion Kross getting put onto the table and then falling through the table.
I take that back. The highlight of the match for me, from a production standpoint, was when Montez Ford came flying out over the ring post because they carried that one. It was a super long one shot on that handheld right over the other side of the barricade. Because they were focused on Angelo Dawkins getting down in the 3-4 point stance, running, hitting both Akam and Razor, and the dude with the handheld camera ducked down that way. The rest of the ring was hidden behind AOP, and here comes Montez Ford flying out of the fucking sky. That was the highlight of the match for me. I take that back.
Mine was carrying across, going through the table, and then the crowd kind of reacts to it a little bit, and you just see Tez and Dawkins go out, grab another table, woo, and then go back in for it.
And what's crazy is they damn near had the same fucking issue again. Because the fucking leg tried to collapse under itself again. But, once again, your number 3 on the 7-match card, it did its job. After that, another match that just kind of did its job, LA Knight, defeating the phenomenal one, maybe not so phenomenal, maybe more lonesome than ever, AJ Styles in a normal singles match. And so from here, the matches only got longer.
And better.
Yeah, that is very true. After that, you got Logan Paul with I Chose Speed, defeating Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. We touched on this earlier. Do we feel the need to elaborate on it anymore? Or... I don't think so either. Really solid match.
I did enjoy the Randy Orton and Kevin Owens announce table spot, then it carrying over into the ring where they just kept tossing Logan Paul up into the air.
Yeah.
That was good.
After that, you had Bayley defeating Io Sky to finally get her WWE Women's Championship reign that we knew was coming ever since SummerSlam of last year.
I love the crowd singing to Bayley. It's so nice.
It is.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong. Bayley comes from Mexican heritage, right?
I'm not gonna get into all that. That is very problematic territory that I will not venture into.
I looked at my phone.
I know,
and
I know what you are getting at, and we will go ahead and shut it down. I also don't think it was necessarily correct, but what are we going to do?
I was hoping for an inflatable flailing on tube man to come out of nowhere with like duct tape on the side. That would have been so much. I don't
want my career connected to wherever that was going.
It wasn't going anywhere. I was just confused by the Egyptian entrance.
It was nice. It was nice to finally see Bayley get like a real proper WrestleMania entrance.
Oh, it was great. But I just was so.
I also was a little confused, but I'm not the one calling the shots. Finally, the main event of WrestleMania. Both nights, this was a match everyone was coming to see. They were coming to see if the story was going to get finished and how the final chapter was going to be written. And the final line reads Cody Rhodes defeats Roman Reigns in a Bloodline Rules match for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. And might I say, those 5 minutes were the best 5 minutes of any WrestleMania of all time. You had John Cena. You had The Rock. You had fucking Undertaker. I mean, come on. All the storytelling you had, and this is what I was talking about earlier. Did anyone else think Jon Moxley was coming out when the Shield music hit?
So many people thought that. It's crazy.
I truly didn't know what way I wanted to go with it until I saw Seth in the ring.
I do enjoy the fact that they completely, and everybody's kind of hit it. It's a full circle on everything.
1000%.
Seth turned on Roman. Seth created what we had as the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That's what we got.
I'd say we more created the big dog, which then created the tribal chief. But
Seth knew that. Eventually. And then you have the chair spot. Seth, and I called it as it happened. Seth fell the exact same way that Roman did on the ropes.
It had to happen like that.
And then he loses the match.
Well, not only that, when Seth first proposed the idea to Cody on Raw, he said, "I can be your Shield."
Way for that to end, especially with what was announced by Pat McAfee on night 1 on the commentary, and Roman confirmed it during the press conference.
Well, and that's the thing.
No,
too. It's not. You got this. You got this.
Timeout. He does not have active leukemia. It is in remission, as far as we know, and I'm going to take the man's word on it. I also think something is going afoul there because he looks like he's been through the ringer. His stomach, there is no muscle there anymore. His face is super sunken in. But
well, he's also been taking medication. He stated that he's taking medication daily for it.
But he said it's still in remission. Those words came out of his mouth. So I'm taking the man's word for it. He's got plenty of time off, well-deserved time off coming up. So I get he was already taking
so much while he was champion.
I get, but what if he was actually going to treatments and shit, which is why he was taking all that time off.
Between Royal Rumble to there,
he changed a lot.
Yeah. So it
maybe
sucks, but
maybe it flared back up and it's in remission now, and they kept it hush hush. And I don't know.
Think Pat was supposed to say anything about it.
I don't think he was either, which is why he went.
He
went incredibly quiet for like half of that match after he said that. But regardless, I mean, we're talking grown man tears were flowing when he handed that title to his mom. I remember I think I was eating something as he was coming out. I looked at my girlfriend. I said, "I gotta put this down, or else I'm a puke." I already had emotions, and this motherfucker was just making his entrance. I was feeling things. As that WrestleMania feel. The feel of finishing the story. But that, I do believe... Sorry, I forgot my mic was probably super hot. I do believe that takes us to the end of WrestleMania. Any more thoughts? 2-night total of like, what was it, 147,000? Something like that? 145?
Like that, yeah.
Somewhere in that ballpark. 140,000 something combined. I think it was like around 40... No, it was like 74 a night, I think.
Yeah, it was
or
about
72 a night.
Somewhere between 71
like
and 74 a night.
But regardless, it was the highest grossing single night in WWE history. That's why this is called the Renaissance era. WWE has never been more popular than it is right now.
It's a great time to be a professional wrestling fan.
Triple H hit it on the head when he opened the show. It's a new era, and it is a damn good era.
When did the era start, though? I think it started when Cody won the title.
So you think it started right now?
I think it officially started last night. Because this was the first Mania Vince was completely hands-off. And realistically, one of the first shows Vince was completely hands-off.
I like that Gerald Briscoe was there last night, though. Yes, he was just kind of the wheelchair man, but he was there, being one of Vince McMahon's stooges in storyline and real life. That one was a little bit of a poetic justice of, haha, suck it, that I think got shoved at him. Because he did not look happy to be there at all.
Well, I mean, when your friend's getting exposed for all these heinous things he's done, I don't think you'd be exactly thrilled either.
And, I haven't gone back, but apparently during the press conference, Triple H said that Brock Lesnar is not banned from WWE. He is just at home being Brock Lesnar.
I did see that as well.
And the way I take it is, I don't think we're seeing Brock Lesnar coming back at all. Because I don't think Triple H is going to put a title belt on him. I don't think he's going to pay him what he wants to be paid. I think Brock Lesnar's not coming back anytime soon.
I think he is.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. They can't grind him into the ground, so he'll probably want to stay away.
And with that, the wrestling portion will come to a close. And I need both hands now. So,
all right. So Eli, You are now the master of games, the master of ceremonies, seeing as you are the only one to not be in contention for this. So take it away and introduce what we're doing.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you go by what I titled my Google Doc, it says Sprots Trivia. If that explains what we're about to do, boys, we are going to hell and back, ladies and gentlemen, listeners and watchers. We are in hell starting now. This is a 40 question. 10 of those questions are ChatGPT brought up ones. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best hell I could make of easy questions, personal questions of myself, and just hell on earth.
I thought you were going to start saying personal questions of me, and I was like, whoa, hold on.
Wait,
If
hold
I
on,
get
real
those
quick
wrong.
before we start, Austen. I forget, how many concussions does Eli have? Because I'm wondering about that's a question.
That's got to be a question.
A baker's dozen. It's not.
Damn.
13?
I got 13.
I was going to say 12 or 13, so...
I'm on the borderline of CTE, ladies and gentlemen. My brain's fine. I know we've made that joke a lot. I've had enough CAT scans and everything. I'm fine. It's not a worry.
Keep away from the Bowflex, boys.
It's okay.
Well, we know there's no shortage of Bibles in that house.
Alright. Are we ready, boys?
No, but do it anyway.
The first question is one of my favorite questions. I was proud of this one. Who set the record for most home runs in the MLB?
Season, career...
Overall, just the record for most home runs in the MLB.
I'm wrong, but it's the first name that came to mind.
Tell him.
Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds.
Yep, it is Barry Bonds. He's come close to getting dethroned.
He will. Judge will get him. Because New Yankee Stadium is a joke.
Nah, you're just mad. 27.
Number 2. What team has most home runs in MLB history?
Oh.
And this is overall in their whole time being an MLB team.
I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just going to put the abbreviation.
Don't know how to spell it.
I got the Yankees, NYY.
It is the Yankees.
How you not know how to spell Yankees?
I didn't know if it was 1 E or 2.
What the hell?
It is
Never
two
learned about the
E's.
Civil War? You dirty Yanks.
You can guess the whole part of what I typed out for the answer on this next one. Number 3 is, how many rings does the Lakers have more than the Celtics as of recording?
So how many more rings does Los
how many
Angeles
rings does
more
the Lakers
than?
have?
So when you say rings, that's championships, correct?
Yes.
So how many championships the Lakers have themselves?
Mm-hmm.
No. How many more do the Lakers have than the Celtics?
So what was the second?
If you
What
can
would
guess
be
the
the
whole
guess what
part
the
of the
numbers
answer,
are?
I'll give another point.
Like
So,
how
like,
many?
how
How
many-
many the Celtics have and how many the
Yeah.
Lakers have?
Yeah. So for example, like if the Celtics have only won 1 and the Lakers have won 3, you'd put 2, 3, and 1. All right. I got 3, 20, and 17.
I got 7. Lakers winning 14. Celtics have 7.
Celtics have won more than that. I knew we'd get it wrong.
It is zeros. It is 0. Fuck them. That's the answer I typed out at this point.
They
'Cause
have the
fuck
same.
the Lakers.
No.
They have the same. The last time the Lakers made it to the championship and won, they tied it because the
Eli-
Celtics had been ahead.
Eli, the Celtics haven't won a title since the three-point line was invented.
Exactly, and the Lakers sucked because fuck them.
I don't think it's a valid argument, but go crazy.
Number
That's how
4.
I feel about the Cubs.
Yeah.
Austin may know this one a lot more than Cliff. What was my favorite team before the Phillies?
Oh, I have no clue. I have not the slightest clue.
I've brought it up on the podcast a couple of times. This was on it.
I don't think I'm right, but...
He is now retired, but...
That's the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Austen?
The Nationals.
I hated the Nationals because they had Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
But now you have Bryce Harper.
The Angels because of Mr. Albert Pujols.
So then does that not make you a Cardinals fan?
It should make you a Cardinals fan, then.
I didn't watch it when he was on the Cardinals.
The entirety of his career?
Everything for the last 2 years of his career?
He was not. He went from the Cardinals to the Angels. He was in the Angels during the 2010s. And that's when I started watching baseball.
Okay.
Phillies, when Austen had, and you guys had just a bunch of random Phillies stickers all over the wall.
Because I was a Cliff Lee fan.
Yeah. No, it was just me because, who the fuck was it?
It was the
Chase
second...
Utley.
Yeah.
Chase Utley.
That fucker.
Which, yeah, keep in mind, that was a terrible sticker to have on my wall, but...
He was fine until he, later in his career.
Yeah, he became a little bitch, but...
Well, this one's a lot easier. How many Super Bowls has Indiana hosted?
This is not easy. I feel like this is a trick question.
I also feel like this is a trick question. Did RCA Dome host one?
All right, put him on the timer. I got my answer. Put him on the timer. One.
It is one. They have only ever held the 2012, which
the
I went
RCA
to.
Dome did
That's
not.
The reason why this was a question. I went to all the stuff they had downtown doing that.
Well, yeah, because it was the Giants.
It was the fucking Giants.
Giants Patriots, wasn't it?
Yes. The undefeated Patriots, I do believe.
Yep.
Now, this one.
The now defeated Patriots.
Yeah, the now completely defeated Patriots. Number 6. How many championships in NASCAR does Tony have?
Oh fuck.
I will take...
Cup?
Just Cup?
Championships. And this was a very specific search that I had to do.
Including USAC?
In NASCAR itself.
I see what you're doing here, you little shit.
Not anything else. I'm talking NASCAR.
Okay. I'm
kind of NASCAR do I watch?
2. Because I'm willing to argue my point.
There is technically 2 answers here that you could have.
There is 2 answers, and I'm going to argue them both.
Technically 3, but 2 for sure.
What would be the third answer?
The combined total. Just the race car driver.
Put him on the clock.
What's my clock? What's my clock?
I'm counting it down. Cliff ain't ever tell us how much time we got on the clock.
You guys had 30 seconds.
Oh,
Alright,
hey,
so I have
that.
2 as a driver, 1 as an owner, 3 total.
Austin?
I just have 3 total.
He has 4 as a racer and 1 as an owner. I'll give it to Cliff.
So I get a point for...
He doesn't have 4 as a racer.
He does have 4 as a racer. As a NASCAR racer, he has 4. Look it up.
No, he doesn't.
Look it up. How many
can
championships in NASCAR does Tony have? Look it up.
Are you sure you're not counting IndyCar? Are you positive you're not counting IndyCar? Because Cliff also had 3.
Yeah.
Cliff had 2 as a driver, 1 as an owner. You're counting 1998? 95? His IndyCar, I'm telling you.
Called Cup Series champion, winning 2 as a driver, 1 as an owner, and 1 as an owner.
I forgot he won in 05.
2002, 2005, 2011, and 2014.
I forgot
I wasn't counting 2014, bro.
I say that was the one we were talking about the owner.
So don't give Cliff a fucking point. Both of us got it wrong.
I literally said that he won 1 as an owner. So
One.
Yeah.
One.
So
you got the question wrong. What do you mean? Shut the fuck up. You got it wrong. I got it wrong. We both had the same answer.
I specified my shit though.
It doesn't matter.
Eli, you're God here. Do I get a point or no?
You know what's crazy? When you look it up.
Let's see what happens.
Because I got the owner one right. I just forgot he won an 05.
You rolled a 5.
This is already under protest. So
What number is not allowed in the NHL? There is technically 2 answers. I will take either one.
Oh my god.
Questions. One or the other.
8, 9,
I've been ready. 98.
98.
No. It is 0 and 00 because they cannot list people on anything as 0 or
Motherfucker.
00.
I literally almost wrote down 0 and 00, but I was like, there's no way. I was like, they gotta retire Gretzky's number.
They have.
No.
Now, you guys talk about me not watching the product. How about do you guys watch the product when I'm speaking? How many championships do the Browns have? And I think the FC or the AFL? AAFL. NFL and
Fuck.
4 in the AAFL. You don't watch shit.
But we
But
don't care about the Browns.
Maybe
We don't
you
listen
watch
to
the
the
World
Browns.
Series. Because how many World Series have the Yankees been in?
Been in?
Been in.
Oh God. They were the final boss there for a while.
Cliff is locked in.
I've got my main answer, but I got another one.
I will take that for this one.
35.
I put 34 and then 46 as my second option.
I'm gonna go with the closest, and because this one was kind of a weird one. It's 27. Austen gets the point.
That's how many they've won. That's not how many they've been in. Have they won
I
every
looked it
single
up,
one they've been in?
And it says that they've been in 27.
So that means they're batting 100%.
There's no way.
Because they have 27 world titles, do they not? Because that's a record.
Yeah,
I would have
sorry,
known that.
my bad.
The
I
Yankees
would've
have played
known.
in 40 World Series,
What was it?
winning 27.
Yes.
40.
So, what was your 2 picks? 34.
Mine was 34 and 46. This was 35.
I didn't know I could put down 2 answers, so I was just 35.
Technically speaking, Cliff is off by 5, while you're off by 6. So Cliff would get that point. However, I may just give you a half point, Austen, just because I'm in. You did catch that very quickly that I messed that up.
I'll take a half. I'll probably say we both probably would have gotten that if you're like, how many championships have the Yankees won?
Yeah. I just...
Because when I searched it up, 27 was at the top, and I wasn't seeing anything arguing it.
27 wins on 40 apps.
Starting quarterbacks in the NFL, obviously.
This feels
Since
like a
Merker?
trap.
This was not very specific on which one. It was just
Here's my thing. I don't think it's the Colts because there for the longest time, Colts had generational talent at QB.
Cleveland.
I also have Cleveland.
it is the Browns with 11 starting quarterbacks.
No, they have had more than that.
That's what the statistic through the NFL was, that they've had 11. I don't know when they started. It might be the Super Bowl era, but you got to think, it's not getting hurt and people starting in. It's official starting quarterbacks. And the Browns get plagued with injuries often.
Have you not seen the starting quarterback jersey? There's like 3 rows of that shit.
Man, I feel like we're getting served a bad deck here, but
At least with mine, when we argued it, it was right. I was
what
right.
NFL team has never started a black quarterback?
you were not right. You said 3.
No. For my wrestling, for my wrestling trivia.
Oh, okay. You say which?
What NFL team has never started a black quarterback?
Was gonna say Green Bay, but I'm pretty sure Jordan Love is mixed.
Or say, can we ask for clarification on that? Jordan Love is mixed.
I do believe so.
Correct.
I will say it's not Green Bay.
So it's obviously not. Are we counting Tyrod Taylor?
We are counting that they did not start the season. This is what I had with it. They did not start the season. Cliff, you can change your answer if you want to.
Yeah, I've already locked it in. It's whatever. If I get it wrong, I get it wrong.
That's the Bills.
I have Pittsburgh.
It's the New York Giants.
You know what's
The New York
hilarious?
Giants have never had a
Tyrod
starting.
Taylor also played for the New York Giants.
That's
Yeah.
why when you said it, I'm like, oh god. I will take either one of these answers, but if you can guess both of them, you will get 2 points. What two teams are 0-4 in Super Bowl history? And there are two teams.
Who's the other one?
I know,
'Cause
the first one's easy.
Cliff and I got the first one easy because they did it 4 years in a row.
Who
Who else just makes it and doesn't fucking
they're
win?
0-4 all time. They haven't won another Super Bowl.
All time. They have made it to the Super Bowl 4 times and lost 4 times.
Can't be the Cardinals because Kurt Warner won them one.
It can't be the Niners because they won one forever ago.
Cardinals
Can't
have
be
never
the
won a
Lions.
Super Bowl.
Yes, they have.
No, they haven't.
Kurt Warner,
They made it, but they didn't win it.
they make it 4 times. I'll go see.
It's got to be an
Look,
AFC team.
No, I don't think so. I
Just
think
know
it's an
we're
NFC
in my
team.
territory with the NFL questions.
The Jets? No, Jets have one.
Jets won one. Rams won one.
Who hasn't won a Super Bowl?
Seattle won one.
Fun fact: the Jets are undefeated in Super Bowl history.
I'm getting there. All right, you can't read it, but it's there. All right.
All right, flip them.
Bills and Chargers.
All right,
I got the Bills and Cardinals.
both of you get a point for the Bills.
Yeah.
It is the Minnesota Vikings.
I didn't know the Vikings had made 4 Super Bowls.
They have made it 4 times and lost every time.
I didn't know they had made 4 Super Bowls.
Did they make it with Culpepper one year? And then probably Fran Tarkenton back when he was the only scrambling
was the
QB?
last one.
I'd say the
Now,
Bills
this
is
one.
the easy answer.
Once again, do we pay attention to what Eli says? What team has 2 Super Bowl wins with former Colts quarterbacks? What team has 2 Super Bowl wins with former Colts quarterbacks?
I'm just spelling out the name, but I'm locked.
Switch it. Flip it.
Denver.
It is Denver Broncos. We do somewhat listen to Eli.
Elway Manning.
That'd be a hell of a name.
Elway Manning.
Imagine naming your kid that.
Elway Manning.
That's a ballerina right there.
Elway Romo Manning.
What team has had 2 WWE personnel / wrestler from it?
What?
And there was only one that came to my mind, so that should explain a lot.
Can you please repeat the question?
Which NFL team has had a WWE wrestler and or personnel play for it? They've had 2. A single team.
From that team. Of like 15,000 teams. Because he was a part of like multiple teams. So get the Minnesota Vikings out of your head.
I know, because that's what I had written too.
Because it's true. Because that's where Roman Reigns played.
Yeah.
Wait, why are we not counting that? Why are we actually not counting that? Because that's where Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar both played.
Is it an NFL team or is it a
they played on the same team? These two played on the same team.
Easy.
4 times.
I have no fucking answer because of Minnesota, but whatever.
It's the Indianapolis Colts for Baron Corbin and Pat McAfee.
QB fell flat on his face and I hate the most.
Wait, are you talking like literally fell on his face?
During a game,
it's fucking Daniel Jones, Cliff. Don't act like you don't know who the fuck
I didn't know if he was doing Daniel Jones or Mark Sanchez for the butt fumble.
That didn't bring me as much joy. I don't hate Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez actually took you guys to an AF. Well, not the Jets.
It's obvious you both get the
Danny
point.
Dimes. Yeah.
What two NFL teams have the most losses? Which is fucking mind-boggling on one of these. Been mentioned already on this question sheet. Both.
I don't know. I can't fucking...
Did one, I'll give a little bit more time for this. One of them is kind of an expected one, and the other one is not expected at all.
Well, then I'm going to change my shit then. Because both of them were that way, so...
Because this blew my mind.
One of these teams has already been an answer?
Yes, one of these teams has already been an answer. And then the other one is... due to NFL history, I was not expecting them to be on there.
What team has already been on here that fucking sucks?
All right, yeah, I'm already locked in. I've been locked in.
All right.
I got the 49ers and the Browns.
Austin?
Both New York teams, Jets and Giants.
It is the Patriots and the Broncos.
I was thinking the fucking Broncos, and I didn't put them
Broncos,
down.
Broncos were kind of, yeah. The New England Patriots kind of flew me through a loop for a second because.
Well, think about it. When they weren't winning Super Bowls, they were not good.
Oh yeah. Now, youngest coach to win a Super Bowl.
Oh,
It's kind of and still has been repeated every freaking Super Bowl since. Flip it.
Sean McVay.
yeah, I put down Kyle Shanahan because I panicked.
It is Sean McVay
I panicked.
and
Yeah.
McVay.
Like I said, I panicked.
This one I'll take the closest answer. How many NFL teams have repeat Super Bowl wins? Like they defended their Super Bowl.
So how many times have there been repeat winners?
Been repeat winners.
Back to back.
Back-to-back winners. How many
But
NFL
if they've
teams?
done it multiple times, it doesn't count.
No.
Back to back.
It only counts the first time they did back-to-back.
No, I just didn't know because the Patriots won back-to-back and then lost and then won back-to-back
That still
again.
counts as back to back.
Yeah, but that's only one. It doesn't count as two.
So they are one of the NFL teams then.
Oh my god.
That's the one time
I was
they
just
did
making
repeat.
sure
Now
that I didn't have to count the Patriots twice.
one.
Don't give me that shit.
They
He
won.
said teams, bro. He
How
did
many
not say
NFL
how
teams
many
have
times. He
repeat
said
Super Bowl
teams.
wins? It's going to be flip them.
7.
4.
Cliff is closest. It's 8. I know the answer you guys are going to give. Who is the oldest NFL team? Like, they've been there the longest. It's
What do you mean been there the longest?
startup to now. They have been this name since the get-go. Not changed. Their location may have changed, but their name has not changed.
What do you mean their location may have changed?
Changed from where they started
Are we
up,
talking
but
like when one of the New York teams moved from like New York to Jersey, or are we talking like full city relocation? Are you going to pull some technicality bullshit out like that?
No. It's like state moving, city moving. Like no matter where they went, their name stayed the same.
For example, like the St. Louis Cardinals to the Arizona Cardinals, that would still count as one.
From St. Louis to there, or the Chargers, how they didn't change names when they moved locations.
I don't feel confident in this, but
Me either.
Flip them.
I got the Jets.
I got Colts.
It is the Cardinals.
Oh, I even said it!
You did. That's why I quickly had to throw in the Rams and everything else, because you had said the team that it was.
Fuck.
We are at number 20. What team has the most Stanley Cups?
You know what's crazy is I don't know the answer to this.
It's not the team I thought it was.
I know I'm wrong, but I need to lock it in quick to put the pressure on.
I got 2 or 3 teams.
You may get an additional point. To his board, that reset the timer. Chin flick. I'll just flip you off the way it is.
All right.
Alright.
Hold on. Whoa.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. I'm not looking. I was just changing how many they won.
Flip them.
Pittsburgh with 8.
I
I
wish
got
it was
the-
Pittsburgh.
I got the Rangers with 12.
I wish
New
it was the
York
Rangers.
And I
It
got
is
the Red
the-
Wings down here with 7.
It is the Montreal Canadiens with 24.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. And they, I think, are also the longest franchise, too.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I knew it was probably going to be one of the Canadian teams. I didn't know which one it was going to be. I knew it wasn't Toronto. I knew for sure it wasn't Toronto. I didn't know if it was Edmonton or
Winnipeg.
whoever.
Like I said, that surprised me. 21st question is, how many teams did Shaq play for? This goes.
In just the NBA? I didn't know if you're counting college or not.
No.
7.
I can't see Austin's.
I got 8.
Would have given it. You guys both guessed over. He played for 6. His last team
God
was the
damn it!
Celtics.
I knew it was either 6 or 8. I couldn't remember.
Had you guys, one of you guessed under it, it would have been, but you guys both guessed over it.
We got Price is Right rules here. I'm gonna start just guessing one.
Now, this is gonna be closest, but if you guess one, it's not happening. How many home runs did Votto hit as of me writing this?
What do you mean? Career-wise?
Career-wise.
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh,
it's
fuck.
probably not as high as you think it is.
But Votto still bangs.
Oh, he does. Don't get me wrong.
He does. But the answer that MLB and Google gave me.
Cliff, how what's Barry Bonds' home run record? Like season, like career-wise? Isn't it like 640?
I thought it was like 789 because Hank Aaron's was 640, I thought.
Yeah, 789. That makes me feel more confident about the first answer that came to mind, like a ballpark.
162. Flip him.
Much like his batting average in his prime, 325.
118.
Austen is legitimately the closest. It is 356.
My original guess was 350, and I didn't want to overshoot it.
That Austen, I can't even say that was the closest. Now, here's another Eli question. How many MLB games have I been to? Austen has a 1-up on this. Because he went to one with me.
I don't know how many others you went to, though. That's the question. Like, that's a 3.
It is 2. I've only ever been to 2, and there were 2 Reds games. One with Austen, and then one with my grandpa.
I thought you might have went with Craig at one point.
Nope. That has only ever been a Indians game. I've been to like freaking 10 of those. Now,
Yeah,
here's another
I definitely
one.
would have thought you went with Craig one time.
And Snapchats, conversations, everything else, because this fills me with pride. Because I didn't play football in college. What college football team is the only college to email me?
What?
They were willing to do a sports scholarship for me. May be able to give you the division.
Don't do that.
I don't need it. I'm pulling the most ass backwards college you've never heard of out of my ass.
Bethlehem College. All right,
No,
Eli.
it's gotta be local.
Ready?
I'll give you that hint. It is not local.
Never mind then.
Okay, does that mean
Both
we
of you
can
can
switch?
change them. You can switch your answer.
No,
it is not
hey,
local.
Stick with it. It's not like we're gonna get it right anyway. I want to see what you have.
Okay.
I got Earlham.
I got you, Indy.
Which one's closest to Oklahoma State University Cowboys?
Me. I'm further south because mine's in
University. They sent me an email for. I never applied to them or anything, and they sent me an email for it.
Are you seriously handing out a point for that?
I am.
Because then that, if I would have known it was closer, I would have picked Iowa. They're about as middle of the fucking U.S. as it could have been.
Listen, I was thinking Earlham College. You know, they could have been down
'Cause
bad.
I thought it was a email from Ball State because all I started reading was football, and then because Ball State's the only one I applied to. What is my favorite college team's biggest rival? And this is more so football.
Oh, wait. Modern rival or rival in the past? Because there's two different
Doesn't
answers.
matter.
General.
Board is up.
In general?
They don't change their rivals, man.
Hey.
It's
see
the
my
rival all
answer.
the way through.
Alright, I got USC, but I also have the U because
I
college
also have the
versus
same
Catholic.
two things.
It is USC. I also put fuck Williams. What college rivals uniforms do I love the most? And I mention this often. Once again, Notre Dame fan. The fucking rivalries are common. I
What
will tell you
sport?
this much. It is never going to be a Michigan one.
What sport?
Football.
So is that
mostly.
Michigan as a state in its whole?
Fuck Michigan in general.
It's like us
Except
Michigan
Detroit.
and Michigan State were fucking?
Yes.
Okay.
Because fuck them
And
both.
Central, Eastern, and Western Michigan?
Fuck them all.
I agree. Question is, though, what ACC team would it be?
I love their designs so much. It is awesome.
Well, Notre Dame doesn't really have a whole lot of rivals. That's my thing.
And we got a lot more than you would think. Flip them.
I got Army West Point.
That's a rivalry
That's a
for you
rivalry?
guys?
It is. It is. And I love the arrow helmet and everything else. I love.
I didn't think I was considered
uniforms.
a rival.
I guess
hey,
it is an ACC team. They might. I almost put down Virginia Tech just for shits and giggles.
I mean, they don't got bad ones, but
One of the few
MLB
teams. I'm going to say one of the few teams that fully utilize Brown. Tell you that.
What MLB team has the most home runs in a season? It's history. This is in a season.
Why do I feel like this is the Reds at some point?
And this was set, well, I'll say this. This was set more in recent times.
I feel like this was like the 2021 Reds.
Oh, with Dietrich and Puig and them?
Yeah. I just got a feeling. That motherfucker hit 4 home runs in a single game like once a week. Recent memory in a single season. Let me fucking... Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt.
Give me the Reds.
I got Colorado.
No, here's the thing. Colorado can never hit home runs at their own home stadium. They don't have the power.
Minnesota Vikings may have not won a Super Bowl,
But
the Minnesota Twins have set the most home runs in a season. I think it was in the 2020s.
Yeah.
Now, what NHL team am I a fan of?
Got the Blackhawks.
Pitt.
It's Pitt. I fucking love the Penguins. That's another uniform that I like. I like a lot
Austen,
of black and
how many
yellow.
points are you at?
12.5. Why?
Because I'm at 12.
Hey, the half point counts.
That bogus ass half point you handed out.
How many weeks was I sports champ?
Wait, hold on. So, did you lose it when we started March Madness, or technically did you lose it at the end of March Madness?
That does not mean just put one.
No, let him put one.
Flip them.
4 weeks.
2 3/4.
4 weeks, because March Madness takes a month.
It does not take a month.
It does not. It was 2 weeks because I had 2 episodes where I was champ.
2 3/4.
Had I won March Madness, this would have been my third.
2
And
3/4.
Technically, it is 2 3/4. Because had he just listened and dropped the belt to me, we would have been hitting 3. It would have been fine. We would have avoided this.
1.5 ahead now.
What sports champ barely defended their title?
Well, considering there's only been 2, I wonder who the other one
Technically,
is.
Eli hasn't defended it either, so...
Bullshit. How did I lose it?
I'm trying to say bro never got the chance to.
It's Cliff. Way to go. Here's another shocking answer. What team has the most NCAA football championships? I shit on this team often.
It's not Alabama. I know everyone wants to say it's Alabama. That's just recency bias.
I don't shit on them. I just hate them. Michigan team down.
I didn't. This is Big 12, baby.
I
At
thought you were
USC.
locking in there.
I
Austin?
got Texas.
It is Yale. Yale has 18 championships.
Back when they were wearing no helmets and
Yeah.
just fucking polos out there,
Yep.
yeah.
We have hit... 31 started it. That was the nicest one I gave you guys. We have hit Chat GPT land, boys. Who holds the record for the most Olympic gold medals in history? If you can give me the name and number, you may get 2 points.
Phelps,
Michael
24. No fucking way!
I kind of want to give you both 2 points because it's Michael Phelps with 23. I'll give you guys 2 points for that just because it was a match.
No
That
way
was-
we both actually guessed that.
That's something else. I wasn't expecting you guys to get that one.
See, I almost put 23 because I was like, oh, like Jordan's number. I remember that being a big deal. But
But-
I remember a Sports Illustrated article with him, with all the shit,
Mhm.
like talking about him and
You own
Jordan.
that one.
Yeah, I know. But I was like, no, he came back and won one more. And
He did not.
I guess he did not.
He was going to, but I think he just kind of stayed out. No, it's gold.
Oh, I thought you said total medals.
No,
that's just
Olympic
gold
medals. So he might have won a silver or something.
Subtract one from Cliff. He got it wrong.
No.
He said total. I was doing gold medals. He said total.
Cliff may get this because me and him have geeked out on this a couple of times on the podcast. Which country won the first ever FIFA World Cup in 1930? Because we have geeked out on this.
I know I'm not getting it right.
Flip them.
Spain.
It is Uruguay national. And we flipped out. We started geeking out on this doing your whole Ted Lasso rants and stuff. If that explains how old that all happened.
And no kidding. Ted Lasso's like my favorite show now.
Have you finished it?
I finished it a while ago.
Oh, good.
A while ago.
In golf, what is the term for a score of 1 under par on a hole?
Birdie.
Flip him.
Birdie.
Kakao says the bird.
He spelled it wrong. He spelled it wrong.
Shut up.
Listen, man.
Hey,
I'm
I
trying
asked
to get
Eli
as much of a
earlier
lead.
spelling doesn't count, and he said it didn't count, so...
I didn't hear that, but yeah. Most of these questions at this point. What sport is known as the king of sports in Japan? I will take 2 different answers on this one. Because technically there is 2. Kind of unofficial one.
Well, I should probably put the proper term and not the slang term.
What? Flip them.
I got baseball and table tennis.
I got pro wrestling and table tennis.
Because it is wrestling, but it's sumo wrestling in New Japan. Baseball is their king of team sports. Sumo wrestling is their king of sports.
What?
There is I searched through that. There is a difference. They have a lot of kings over in Japan for sports. I can't even give you... You can roll for initiative here.
It is literally, you just said it is the king of sports. You literally just said that, did you not? The only reason he gets pro wrestling is because this is a fucking pro wrestling podcast.
No, because...
It's literally on my hat. It says the king of sport.
Well, Austen, that's it's not going to show, but that says a total of 20. That is a nat 20 right there. You get a half point.
Yay, we're up to 18 now. We're back to a full round number.
Cliff, what are you at?
17.
Oh, wow. This could go either way.
Yeah.
Because what country has won the most Rugby World Cup titles? There is a tie, so I will take one or both for 2 points. Sorry. Woo. Which country has won the most Rugby World Cup titles? Not just world titles, but World Cup. People get mad. We have a New Zealand listener. I can't offend them. Saying that sarcastically probably does not help at all, but, you know. When all you give me is Tongans and Islanders and Rhea Ripley. Not Rhea Ripley. Isn't Dakota Kai from New Zealand? I think Dakota Kai is the one from New Zealand. I'm trying to fill in the spaces where we're not just flipping through.
I'm ready.
All right.
Cliff had 8 seconds before he clocked in. Flip it.
Ireland and New Zealand.
Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. I started saying New Zealand. I will give the point for that.
What was the other one?
I was able to pick up on it.
South Africa.
I knew it was one of the African nations.
Did it really take you that long of me saying it to pick up on that?
No, I was trying to think of what the other one would be. I figured Australia was around there.
That's why I was trying to, get you. Now, this one. ChatGPT kind of had a weird one of how they worded this, so I fixed it. What is the highest possible score in a game of bowling? Now, this is 10-pin bowling. Not 12. That's going to be the closest answer. It's 10-pin bowling. 10-pin, not 12.
Oh, okay.
300.
It is 300.
Okay.
12-pin, you can get 400 something.
It's 425, I think.
Yeah. Now, which country has won the most FIFA Women's World Cup titles? If you get this wrong, you're a traitor.
America.
Only country to have played.
Look how perfectly that 20 is drawn. Like I have to get rid of that.
I mean, you don't have to. You can stay at 20 and we can be tied. You can give
stay
up
at 20. What is the only country to have played in every FIFA World Cup tournament since its inception in 1930?
This might be where you catch
Flip
up.
it.
Brazil.
It is Brazil.
England has missed several times, especially in the 90s.
I wasn't expecting you guys to be tied going into this.
So, Eli, if do you have other tiebreaker questions in case we can't break the tie here?
I'm getting it.
That's the sound of a man unprepared.
Fills me with confidence.
I was
Ready
not
for the,
okay.
the most heinous bullshit question?
This is it.
We both probably will get right and wrong at the same time, and we'll fight and argue over it.
Yeah.
This one's not. Because I was like, okay, this is going to be a joke. They're not going to have it.
Well, you still have one more from
we still have
ChatGPT,
question
do
40.
you not?
We still have question
This
40.
is. But this one's not going to be anything major.
Hey, we can still fumble. Mark Sanchez
sure.
fumbled after running into an ass.
Time leading scorer in NBA history.
Oh.
In NBA history?
In NBA history.
Oh, I feel like that's a trick question.
You are my sunshine,
my
only
sunshine. I was trying to see if I could trick him, but no, I could not. So, we're tied.
I sat down and watched that with my own two eyes.
And he's still setting it to this day.
Ooh. All
right, we are in tiebreaker land.
We're in overtime.
Ooh.
Those half points came back to save your ass.
Ooh.
I was in the lead.
Who is the only athlete to win an Olympic gold medal in both the 100-meter and 200-meter sprints at 3 consecutive Olympic Games?
That's what Austen did to me. I got Usain Bolt.
I also have Usain Bolt.
So we're going to this next one.
I'm not putting points, Cliff, since it doesn't matter. Next one wins anyway.
Okay.
Who is the only boxer to... Give me a second. Only boxer to have won world titles in 8 different weight divisions.
Oh. I don't feel confident, but I need to put the pressure on. Got to start the shot
Everyone I'm
clock.
thinking of has just been in the same... Like, I'm thinking Floyd, but Floyd's little. Fuck. I want to say Manny, but I don't think Manny's right either. He never really won any titles.
I'm going to go ahead and grab my ring.
Oh!
Shot clock violation.
Manny Pacquiao!
It is Manny Pacquiao.
How did we both guess that? Come on.
We know about Michael Schumacher, and we know about Lewis Hamilton, who was the third.
Shoemaker?
Shut
no,
the
it's
fuck
Schumacher.
It's Schumacher.
Yeah.
I'm so used to him mispronouncing it. My bad.
Who holds the record for the third most Formula One World Championships?
Behind Hamilton and Schumacher.
Yep.
Fuck me, dude.
Bro, why did you have to ask me this today?
Oh my god.
Oh, this is a trick question. It's one of 2 people.
I know. I'm thinking the same fucking shit too. Oh.
No, he didn't win. He didn't win. That was his thing.
You all shouldn't have just had Brazil, man. Had you not guessed Brazil, it would have been fine. We would have been fine, Cliff.
So it goes Hamilton and Schumacher at 7.
Other than Hamilton.
Well, they both have 7. Oh, God. If it's the other guy, I'm going to cry. I've squared in the answer I don't think it is.
Flip it.
Sebastian Vettel.
Austin.
Wrong. Prost is 4th, because I figured it out. As soon as he said 7.
I've got Prost.
Baggio. Way back. He's won 5.
Who?
Who is it,
He
Eli?
won 5.
Can you get... What's the whole name?
Isn't it like Juan Fangio? I don't know the whole fucking name.
Yes. Juan Manuel
Manuel
Fangio. And we have a new...
He won 5.
Double
Prost
champion.
won 4.
Prost and Vettel both won 4.
He won 5. Max Verstappen has 3.
Verstappen has 3. Alonso has
Grand Slam. Youngest.
2.
I thought Alonso had 3. I thought him and...
Because he lost that one to Hamilton.
Damn.
Don't need to talk about that. I need to find another title.
Yankees won.
That's why I said I was grabbing the ring. Just be ready.
Where's my title?
Telling you
this
to grab
man got
one.
a ball.
Making a sham of this damn podcast.
King of Sports.
Huh?
Making a
King of Sports.
Yeah, no shit.
He's got it all, baby.
Oh my god, we go from one double champ right to another.
You can have it all and lose it all in the blink
With
of an eye.
me as the in-between. Once again.
Except you didn't hold this.
No, I held the sports.
You did hold the sports, though. For 2 3/4 weeks.
And I think going to Cliff being double champion, I was the in-between as well. If I remember correctly. Because Cliff was sports, I was the world, and then Cliff got the world.
So what are we thinking?
Cliff did have the world title for longer than I thought.
I did.
We wanted to do end of show stuff or no?
I have my end of show shit ready.
Well, what do you mean? What is your end of show shit?
Well, if we're skipping it, it's fine, but I've got mine ready.
Well, what would it be?
Because I'm going back to my roots with this date in professional wrestling history.
You know what? Have at it. Have at it. It's been a minute since we had one of those. Have at it.
In 1992, at a WWF Superstars taping of WWF Superstars of Wrestling taping in Kalamazoo, Michigan, a match between The Undertaker and the Berserker was ruled a no contest after the Berserker attacked The Undertaker with a sword to set up house show matches across the U.S. In 95, Public Enemy won the ECW Tag Team titles, winning them away from Benoit and Dean Malenko, and they also beat Rick Steiner and the Tasmaniac. In 96, Vader injured Yokozuna to set up the match at a... Sorry, that is so fucking backwards. Oh my god. Vader injured Yokozuna to the point where they had to take him away on a forklift to set up a match to be determined later. But they don't say where. In 2002, Spike Dudley pinned William Regal for the European title. In 2013, Dolph Ziggler cashed in his Money in the Bank opportunity to win the World Heavyweight title from Alberto Del Rio on this date. In 2014, the Ultimate Warrior passed on this date. He was 54. On this date in 2018, WrestleMania 24 happened, and that is the WrestleMania where Ronda Rousey made her in-ring debut. Along with this on the card...
I think you mean WrestleMania 34.
Yeah, 34, my bad. The Bludgeon Brothers defeated the Usos, the New Day, for the SmackDown title. The Undertaker defeated John Cena. Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon defeated Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn by submission, which is a crazy stop.
Brock Purdy POV.
Along with the rest of that card happening. Now, Eli, this one's for you. This is the whole reason why I wanted to do it today. In 2020, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano battled in a hybrid empty arena cinematic match, which was billed as the very last chapter of their storied rivalry.
Fucking phenomenal match.
It was horse shit.
Fuck you.
With neither man permitted to face each other again after the match was over, Gargano emerged victorious after his wife Candice LeRae turned heel to aid him in victory. The match was 48 minutes, the longest match in NXT television history.
Yeah, that only lasts until DIY splits up again, and you know.
Yeah, but they actually need to do something
match
before they split. So.
Hey, fuck off.
Well, and they'll probably make some type of stipulation that it was only for NXT and it didn't carry over to the main roster or some shit.
I randomly spout some stuff towards the end of the thing. But you know, Cliff keeps his jokes and stuff off to the side. I bring it to the forefront. Tonight, on Monday Night Raw, Ilja was on Raw. He faced Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, he declared for the draft.
So we had a Russian versus a Russian superstar versus a Japanese superstar. What's his move that he hits into the head when they're laying on the mat? It's called the H-bomb. We had a Russian superstar hit a Japanese superstar with an H-bomb. What's the H-bomb? Hydrogen bomb. I did not feel comfortable watching the rest of the match, even though it was like 5 seconds after that. You're welcome.
I take it he beat Shinsuke then?
He
hit
did.
him with an H-bomb?
Yeah, he declared for the draft, too, so...
Well, Roxanne also came out, too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Now,
I
she's
don't know
been
how
moving
I
up
missed
soon.
John Cena within all of that, but...
Well, you can't see him, that's why.
It was
that's fair,
our
that's
choose friend that you can't see.
Exactly. Little Jimmy?
Yeah, little Jimmy.
That's what they thought it was, but no. And then he got jumped before he could announce him because, according to Kevin Owens and the unwritten rules, you can't come out if you're not announced.
That is true, just like the man we all believe in.
That's crazy. You know what? IGN just released this. Who do you think IGN's #1 wrestler of all time is?
It's
John
Bret
Cena.
Hart because they used the, Oh, did they compile their own list?
Yeah, they made their own list.
Huh. Probably The Undertaker.
Undertaker was 2. Stone Cold Steve
Adam
Austin
Cole?
was #1.
Oh, what did I say? Your hands disappeared at the top of the screen.
They
Look at you
did.
doing
It
this.
kind of looked like it was one of these.
No. It goes Stone Cold at 1, Undertaker at 2, Shawn at 3, Rock at 4, and Bret at 5.
Because I think Bleacher Report did theirs and Bret was 1 for them.
I bet you loved that.
It was either Bleacher Report or Sports Illustrated. I can't remember. But they had Bret at 1.
Oh, that's
And I was
cool.
like, yeah.
They've got Rowdy
They also had Brock
at
Lesnar.
25.
They put like Brock Lesnar at like 6. I was like, oh, well. When you think about it, bro actually kind of is one of the best of all time, but...
Brock didn't make this list.
Well, gee, I wonder why.
Sting is 9. Hogan's 10. Kurt's 11.
Sting at 9?
Well, John Cena at 7.
He's on that Mount Rushmore. He should be in the top 4 of every single list.
I mean, they only had Flair at 6.
Literally, if you put Cena at 3, Flair at 4, that's like the perfect top 4.
If you're going by world championships, it's Jerry Lawler, Ric Flair, Jeff Jarrett,
Andre the
Slapnuts.
Giant at 19.
Inoki.
That is fraud. Bro could not move in the ring. Bro could not hit a move.
They have Roman Reigns at 18.
He's top 10.
How is he just above?
Foley's at 16. Edge at 17. Punk at
15
21.
at least.
15's Jericho.
Roman's behind Jericho.
Yeah.
Well, listen, hear me out. Everything Jericho did very early on in his career, like when he first came to WWE,
Yeah.
he was one of the best in the world. Now looking at him now, everything he's done is kind of tarnished. Everything he did in the past, but what are you gonna do?
They got AJ Styles at 24.
Even having him in there is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. Well, Foley on that list is very happy for me because Foley usually doesn't get much love on those lists.
No really hardcore guys on that list at all besides
No
him.
Stan Hansen.
You know what
Well,
we need
Eli,
to do? We need to try to see
Think what?
if we can get a partnership with that video game that's coming out with Stan Hansen in it, so that way, we can promote Stan Hansen.
Virtual basement.
Yeah.
We get to be the commentators.
Oh, God.
Well,
No,
That-
we could be the
That would be.
we could be the loading screens. We'd be like the marks online shitting on the main character.
Austen pointed it out. You know what got hit during WrestleMania?
Very, very
The most
few lyrics.
devastating move in all of pro wrestling history.
Yeah, the
The
Undertaker
motherfucking
half
double
chokeslam.
Axe handle, baby.
off the barricade.
They didn't even call it the
nonetheless.
double axe handle. They just called it the axe handle.
That was a double axe handle, motherfucker.
Hey. They don't know what we know, and that is the double axe handle, and it takes out anybody and everybody.
I don't think so, because didn't Seth hit that on the Rock?
Seth hit that
That
on the
wasn't
rock.
even-
Like
That wasn't
early in
even
the
my.
match. That was a
That wasn't
transitional
even my
move.
finisher in WrestleWar. That's like setting up into it.
You know what else
Speaking
is
of which-
crazy?
When do we do another one of those?
I was gonna say maybe we do that next episode.
Well, I was going to ask
But-
when we wanted the champion to defend his sports title.
But
Because we got
I also
Dynasty is
have-
next on the roadmap for the Big Protections
well, there's
title.
that. But do we want to try another stipulation moving forward? Because there's a pay-per-view in May called King and Queen of the Ring. where until the next one, or time allotted, somebody in this podcast is King Austen, Queen Cliff,
Hey,
or King Eli.
Shut up,
It could
court
happen.
jester.
Hey, and you would have the power to do it.
I would gladly bear the title of Queen Austen.
So wait, does that mean
And you would
that
have
it's a
power to
non-title
do it.
defense?
It would be a non-title. It would be a break from everything before we hit the SummerSlam
I
and
hate
all
the
that.
Saudi
'Cause
shows.
once you hit the summer, you're gonna hit a bunch of shows.
You notice what he's doing, though? He's doing this trying to take the mind off the fact that he only has about 2 months left to cash in, and his weeks are running out.
If I really wanted to, I would cash in on that Saudi show. Because you know it's going to be
What do
fucked.
you mean? We're predicting a Saudi show.
Yeah, you can't cash in on a show we're predicting.
Exactly. So let's make it a stipulation. Let's make it fun. Where you could make yourself the king or the queen, and you can name somebody your court jester. Wouldn't you love court jester Cliff?
No.
Does roll off the tongue.
No.
Have we gotten our end of show shit in yet? Can we send this thing packing?
I think if we do that, 2024 would be pretty fucking wild.
Hey, everybody said Stan Hansen
And now, for
multiple
the
times,
first time in a long time, Austin, take this train wreck home.
And if you are ever caught on a train wreck with your brother and lifelong friend, we got you covered because we're your ace in the hole. Catch you on down the road.
Yeah.